maybe even good evening, depending on where you're living. All right, I had this thing up here. All right, looks like I disconnect somehow, I think. Let me see. All right, my name is Andre. Sorry, the video's behind me. Um, well, I'm not actually sorry, actually. You can only do what you can do for now until I can do better. Alrighty, let me see here, Doc. So, you can only do what you can do for right now, right? So, where is this thing at? Are you serious? Oh, there it is, way down there. Hold on. All right, so like I said, good morning and good afternoon to some. And let's see, there you go. Okay. So my name once again is Andre Clark, and it's morning for me, super morning. But I get up because the honey bunny is about doing whatever she got to do. Let me see. Do I want to turn my head that way? Let me put Cordy back over here. That way I can just turn my head slightly to the left, to the left, to the right. All right. So the main thing is, you don't want to stay at a beginner's level for forever. You do want to gradually get up there and get better. Not to say you have to be professional or whatever, but you do want to be a little better than the day before. You don't want to stay where you're at. I mean, it's just to each his own, actually, to each his or her own, on your desire. But anyway, so what I would do if I'm just getting started, so to speak, it's obvious that maybe I don't know how to turn on a keyboard. Some keyboards are designed differently. This mine is the Motif X S7 X. I'll say it wrong. X S7. Now, with this XS7, I'm not going to tell anybody don't buy it. It's a nice board. The only problem I would say that I am not as happy about was the fact that the startup takes quite a few minutes to get the keyboard up. And especially if you're in the middle of a gig somewhere or a church function and you trying to, do your thing, and then all of a sudden, let's just say hypothetically, maybe somebody might trip on the power cord or something of that nature, or maybe the power might go out. I mean, just giving my little illustrations of I'm always thinking about the what ifs. But the only thing I have an issue with is the startup. I'm pretty sure there is a fix for it. I haven't gotten around to seeing if there will be one. But go ahead and turn this on. Now I'm gonna be just say if I were a beginner musician, and I'm trying to learn how to play the keyboard. I thought most of my videos that I was putting out on social media on my channel were coming from a beginner level, showing that you can move from this level to an intermediate level or even just straight to advanced level. And it's all about the material you gather. All right, because if you're going to stay in the baby singing level, I call it, or the rookie level or whatnot, then of course you'll play that same way over and over and over and over again until you know. Now, uh, I had this saying a long time ago. I still kind of say it today. That in the beginning, and I still say it today. Sometimes I even tell my honey this. I really didn't prefer to go play anywhere in particular, just to get paid or whatever. I just wanted to do this ordeal as a hobby. Get off work and you just want to go to the keyboard and kind of like throw some stress out on the keys in a nice way. Anyway, so here's the startup behind the side of this keyboard here. So now that I've reached over here to my right, there's a little button right there, and as you can see, it's gonna take a little bit. It's taking a little bit, and that will be my only thing that I can think of for the moment. This was made in 2007. Well, it says Yamaha Corporation 2007. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know if this was manufactured at that time, but now it's up, and that's my only thing that I would have an issue with. Yeah. My other keyboard outside in the car, I hit the button. The keyboard is already is playing. Um, I have one in my closet here. Need to pull that out. That was what I should have did, but I was in a different state about 2 months ago, so that wasn't coming out at the moment because I was in a whole different place. Situation was different. So yeah, and that one is a Yamaha SO3. I still have that, and I've been had it for several years, and it's still basically brand new. But that was before I got this. Excuse me, before I got this baby. So, 76 keyboard. The other one is 61 keys. So, yeah. And then so that was my first board. No, actually, that's my second board. My very first board, I can't remember the name of it. Started with a K, some off the wall name brand or whatever. But I ended up selling it 6 months later after I bought it. And then I bought the SO3 when I came here to where I live at now in 2000, a little after 2000 actually. I don't remember what year, exact year, but it was after 2000 when I moved up here. Well, I'm at now. So then several years later, then I got this one, the Motif XS7. And then I bought another Yamaha keyboard, which is out of my trunk of my car. So if I'm traveling somewhere and I gotta learn something right quick, or if I'm just bored to the death because the honey's in the store too long, I'll pull the keyboard out and go to practicing and messing around and doing whatever I need to do. All right, so I used to call that my little emergency board. So like, oh hey yo, we're going to church. Hey, we're going to do this song this morning. You think you can learn this, right? Like I'm at church, like we pull up in a driveway, what? And pull his keyboard out, start messing around. I call that the emergency board. If I think it's something gonna be super simple and I can learn it right then and there in the car while I'm doing Sunday school, and then jump on the organ. I'm not a keyboard player. All right, this is not my thing. However, I spent an entire 1 month this year in January. I believe my memory served me to be correct in January. I probably only missed 2 days in January of practice. February this month, I didn't practice yesterday. It was Sunday. I just didn't feel like doing that. I just wanted to just relax and chill out. So yesterday I didn't do no practicing. That would be my only day I didn't do anything. All right, I didn't go to church, so I was just trying to relax and get my mind focused on making my way back to reality, if you will, back to work, because I haven't been to work for uh, yeah, November, December, January, February. Well, now it's February, so almost 3 months, 3.5 months. So, um, I have been trying to be faithful to the keys. So if you're trying to learn how to play the keyboard or piano, this is a keyboard, not a piano. People will always say, "Oh, you sound nice on that piano." It's a keyboard, keyboard. And sometimes they put it on the backside of the keyboard, and people still don't read that. Oh, you sound nice on that keyboard. Okay, anyway, on the keyboard. All right, so what I generally like to say is this: if you don't put a little bit of time and energy into this stuff, then you can't expect to get results. There's a guy that pretty much just repeated what I always keep saying: if you don't put no energy in it, you don't put a little bit in, you won't get no results. But if you put a little bit in every day, or as many times in a day, or every other day, you'll start to see a little results. So, get acquainted with your keyboard. All right, I'm getting acquainted to it, and like I said, it's not something that I desire to do, but I come to the conclusion that I told y'all I said I'm always thinking of the what if I were to be playing at a church somewhere. What if the organ don't work? I'm an organist, but I'm not a keyboardist. It's the difference between an organ and a keyboardist. Now you can play some stuff from the key to the organ and some stuff from the organ to the keyboard, but it's a different instrument. All right, completely different instrument. You got two layers of the organ. When I say two layers of the manual, up and one down. You got drawbars. You got the pedals down at the foot part. So you got a lot to think about. Where your left hand is up here, or your wherever level and area you want to play that instrument. You gotta I'm not used to word a lot. That's only because if you're a beginner, it feels like a lot. But you got some things to think about how you want to navigate, how you want to sound. So as I was saying earlier, I thought that some of my videos, or majority of my videos, were coming from a beginner's level into intermediate level or advanced level. And I was sharing with you guys that advanced musicians out there, I might say, are playing advanced level stuff. And I'll try to demonstrate that by saying, not exactly really so. And yeah. So just because somebody can ride a motorcycle and I don't know how to ride a motorcycle, it's not like I can't go online and say, okay, let me see how y'all do that. And I Google how you ride a motorcycle. What is it that they do that I can't do? Now, first I'm visually watching, listening, visually watching, listening, visually watching and listening. If I pay attention more than enough or enough, I might be able to roll up to a store and say, hey, listen, I want to buy this bike. They might ask me, do you know how to ride? Some of them may not even ask. They don't care. They just want, you want to buy that bike? Cool. 5,000, cool. And they ain't going to ask you, do you know how to ride it? They just want the money or the commission, right? So the thing is, listen, watch, and learn. And so that's what intermediate level or advanced musician, that's what they do, is visual, listening, visual. All right. It's kind of that simple. It's like, when we were children, we was taught to listen. And our parents would say, pay attention to what you're doing. Because son or daughter, I'm going to show you how to. Growing up, if we have parents, grandparents, guardians, or whatever, right? All right. Maybe you had to grow up on your own too, without, being parented by somebody. Point is, you had to go and listen, watch and listen, because they both go hand in hand. It's like it's not like they both separate, because I got two eyes. That means I can see what I'm doing. Two, I hear it. So they both go together. So they're basically just not separate. Okay, now where's my keyboard at? Is that on the? That's MKS. So drop that a little bit. Let me find my keyboard. Now where's my stringy string? All right. So yes, you can go from beginner level to intermediate level, or maybe from beginner level immediately to advanced level. That's why I thought my videos were super extremely simple, because I'm not a advanced level musician. I consider myself this guy who's listening, visually, paying attention, I remember my mom used to tell me, boy, you don't never pay attention to nothing. I'm trying to tell you, you going to do it your own way. Yes, these are chords. They're not, they're not that difficult. They're actually the most extreme, simple stuff that advanced musicians play. It's just where you place it. I could play the same C major chord and put it here. Or I could play that same C major chord, but however, I could take the top note, which is the G, and take my take the top note off and put it at the bottom. I still have a C major chord. All I did was an inversion, and I was just basically playing the root position, right? It's nothing difficult that we're doing. It's all simple stuff. We just make it seem like it's so difficult to actually pull off. So that's what I thought when I saw some of the messages. They were saying, hey, can you make this simple, a little bit more simple? I'm like, wow, man, for the way I'm putting it, this is way too simple. Like this, I mean, it's just way too simple. All you're doing is adding some more. How you have, you want to make a hamburger, right? You have the bread, the patty, or whatever, and the bread on this side and the bread over here. You got a top layer and a bottom layer. So what is it that you want to put in between? If you're a veggie, that's a whole different story. But let's say us, we like meat, right? So you gonna put the meat on the grill, or maybe you're gonna put it on the pan, or however you want to make your hamburger. But at the end of the day, you got the bread, the patty on the bottom and another one on the top. Right now, what goes in between there? So it's like, I got this bread, top and bottom, but it might sound plain, like the bread, the patty. I didn't add no mayonnaise, and or I didn't put no mustard. I hate mustard. I do not like mustard. But you got the bread, you got the mayonnaise or Miracle Whip or whatever people like to put on there like that. And then the other side, there's nothing there. Maybe you might want to put some, like I said, some mustard. I don't like mustard. And then, you might want to put a little ketchup on whatever, mix it up or whatever. Right, and then now, you got the lettuce. I probably got some folk hungry this morning. You got the lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, whatever, right? Sprouts or whatever people like to do, all that stuff. And then you got cheese, right? So now, you got the patty. And remember, everything just started out plain. That's why I say simple, right? You got the patty on, and there was no mustard, no mayonnaise, no Miracle Whip or whatever, right? It was, you just got a plain sandwich with nothing in between, bread or whatnot, and there's nothing in between. So now you want to make that hamburger meat, so you get that, beef. Some people like beef, some people like turkey, and I probably got some folks getting hungry right now. You just got different types of patties, right? I've seen different types out there. So, I just used the one. I like turkey. Turkey. Beef is cool. I like beef, but turkey is really good. So, you get the turkey, pat, ball it up, whatever, or however it comes. And then, you want to put some season on there. Some people don't like season in the beginning or at all. So you just don't put no season on it, right? I gotta have some season, y'all, but you got the pepper, you got the seasoned salt, you got the onion, chopped up onions, salt, I call it. Then maybe you want to put some of that slap your mama seasoned salt on there. And my honey bought this new stuff from out of state, from I think it's Louisiana or something like that. And that season and all that stuff, right? You want to put a little this, a little that, a little this, a little that, a little this, a little that. And so now, all you're doing is basically you had a plain sandwich, right? Just two breads, two buns. Right now, you want to put a little meat to it, now you want to add some seasoned salt, the cheese, the lettuce, tomatoes. And you want to make that sandwich fat. And now somebody's probably really saying, bro, I'm getting hungry. It's early in the morning for this doc, So that's what it is. Musicians just add in a little this, a little of that to see what they come up with. First, it was just some So what if I put this here? Oh, okay. What if I put this here? What if I put this here? Man, okay, that sounds cool. You know, because at first it started out with, you know, like I said, two breads, but nothing in the middle. You know, now you want to put something in the middle. You know, you want to sprinkle your season on there. You want to put the cheese on there, and now you got that's something that was simple, right? That became what we use the word complex, and it's not actually complex. You just adding. You just adding. You just adding to make that sandwich look good, smell good, taste good, right? That's it. And then you bite into it, and you like, boy. And now I'm getting hungry now. Yeah, now I'm getting hungry. All right, turn that down in my ear. Yes. Now the other thing that can make you sound nice too is the sound in the keyboard. You know, what type of sounds are you using that changes the way you're playing, right? You know, I got the straight piano. Excuse me. I can go piano. This is piano strings in this bad boy, so I can turn the strings off. It'll just make me sound plain. You know, it'll sound. You know, it might sound plain, but I still got color. I still got my season. In the beginning, it was just, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just, I'm just playing. Just playing. You see what I'm saying? I'm just playing chords, but I don't have no season to it. You know, I'm playing the plain chord, minor move, major move. See? So I'm saying, so you know, you can color it a little bit. You know, when we use the word color, season it a little bit. You know, give it a little, play the same thing, but you now gonna want to season it a little bit. You know. You season it a little bit. I'm playing pretty much the same thing, but what I'm doing now is borrowing. I'm sorry, substituting. You know, I still play the. I'm playing major now, right? Major, minor move, major move, major move, major move, inversion. Right. All right, and that's all I'm really doing is playing it simple. But this is also simple too. All I'm doing is what? Now, I can season this first chord up if I wanted it to, because I know that I can what? Substitute. Season it a little bit. And do the same thing. And all I did was gave it some seasoning. Gave it a slider. Now, there's nothing wrong with playing without the other sounds, right? You know, no big deal. You know, but what if I just want to add a little strings to kind of give me a little cool sound? Oh, that sounds better, right? Remember, you don't want to stay. You don't want to stay. I said this the other day, you know, in kindergarten level, preschool level, first grade, second grade, you want to start gradually get a little better, right? Just a little bit, you know, in the beginning. And listen, y'all, this was my very first course. By the way, since we on it, this was the exact first course I played in the beginning when I was 16, when I first sat down at the grand piano, not the keyboard. And these were my exact chords. And this is exactly how I played it. in the beginning. Even though I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And every day that I went to the church, we would have vacation Bible school at the church back in the day when I was young. I was 16 years old. I snuck in. All right. Well, somebody forgot to lock the door to the church, to the sanctuary. So I caught myself going in. Well, I was always curious of doing stuff, y'all. I was checking door handles and doing stuff like that. And I hit the door handle and the door popped open and I went in. So every day I came inside and I started teaching myself these chords. And the craziest thing is I still remember them. And I would never forget it. And I never ever will forget this. Because every day I kept building. I started this 1, 2, maybe that 2 chords or something like that. Next day I came back. You know how I recap? Where else could I go? Oh, that sounds cool. Da da da. Next day I came back. Da da da. Where else can I go? Oh, okay. Every day I came back and kept adding. Where else I can go? I was like, oh wow. Oh, every day I kept. I didn't take lessons. Nobody showed me none of this. This is, I don't know where it came from. God just dropped it in my spirit, and I was like, oh, okay. And I kept building. Oh, da, da. I wanted to go, da, but I was like, that's going to take me somewhere else. So I said, never mind. I go like this. No, that's what it was. Da, da. Right. And every day I kept coming back. Then I came back again. Every day I kept building on this. That's what you do if you're a beginner musician. That's what I did. All right. I kept coming back and kept building on this thing. And the more I kept doing it, the faster I can get with it, or the slower I would take it, because I did it slow. Okay. Okay, I came back. Then I came back and I said, what else can I do? I think when I got about here, that's when I got busted. All right, the pastor, wife, our bishop, wife came in and she says, oh, she scared me, y'all. I was scared to the death. I didn't even know she was even watching me or listening to me. But it was like a little office behind me at the church where I was coming up at when I was about 16. Actually, I was probably before 16, but I know I grew up somewhere along that line when I was up to 16. I think I left when I was 17. All right. But so she came in, she kind of scared me. She said, oh, I didn't know you know how to play. I ain't gonna tell you what my nickname is, but so anyway, I was like, oh. She was like, it's okay, just go ahead and keep practicing. So I was scared. I got up and then I went back to the vacation Bible thing. They was having lunch on the other side, so I didn't really want to eat. I was interested in, really, I wanted to get on the organ, but the problem was I didn't know how to start it up. My drive my interest in the between having an organ was strong, but I didn't know how to turn it on. So I was afraid to get on it. So the next best place was the baby grand, and that was how I was able to teach myself these chords. And probably by the time I got to this last chord, she scared the mess out of me. And she's like, "Oh, it's okay. I'm not gonna tell. Just keep on going." And she even said, "One of these days, I'll be glad to hear you play. You know, come up. In other words, come up from doing this. Come up." She was saying, "Hey, I'll be one of these days. I want to hear you," but unfortunately, that didn't happen. All right. I think by the time why did I leave the church? Well, what happened was when the musician on one night or something like that, I believe it was on a Sunday night because we had church all day, basically. So one day the organ player left or he had to leave to go somewhere else after he played for a couple of maybe like an hour, so I'll give it take. So then our bishop was up talking, and he was going to get ready to preach. So I was right in the front where the organ was. So I got on the organ and played these chords very low with the volume very low, like you barely can even really, like the audience really wouldn't be able to hear me, but I was able to hear myself. And I was watching the organ player or how he's doing the drawbars and stuff like that. Remember, I told you it's all about visual and listening. So I was watching him because I was sitting like right there and he's in front of me. I'm like, oh, okay. So I got on the organ. And I had got enough little nerves, so the bishop was up talking, and he was going, was doing the prayer. But he was about to finish in prayer, and then he was gonna preach. So I got on the organ and started playing these chords real slow, real low on the organ. I think I probably got about maybe this. I don't remember. It was probably maybe the last one of the chords I got to, and then this deacon started yelling at me real loud while the bishop was praying, like out loud. He was like, "Shh, cut that off," like that. And then I was like, "What?" And I looked at him, and then I got up, like he put me on blast, y'all. And then I got up, and I never wanted to go back to church no more. So that's how that came about. Ended up running into one of my best friends where I was living at after that happened. And then my best friend was like, hey, man, we can go to this church across the street for where I live at. And I was like, oh, no, man, I don't even want to deal with no church. I was done with it. So anyway, I went anyway. And so this guy was on the organ. And I was watching what he was doing. At the end of the service, he was like showing me how to play the A-flat preaching chord. And it was all simple stuff. I would never forget it. That's what I did on the organ. No, wait. That was a lot to remember. This is all basic stuff. All right. So what happened with me was I didn't know I had this, but it was called photographic memory, because he kept playing the same thing over again. And even though he was trying to show me some stuff, right? Well, I had already kept watching his hands, and he kept repeating the same thing over while the preacher was preaching. Even though after the service was ended, I had already had a hunch on how to play it. So he still went ahead and showed me what he was doing. Hey, you just go like this. Well, no, or you ain't doing that. But, A-flat. I already knew that. Back in it. Like the da-da-da. Me walking up to bass. Yeah. All right. So anyway, he let me get on the organ, and I did it. And he was like, "Wow, man, you pick up really quick." And I was like, so I didn't know I had what is called photographic memory, whereas I can look over your shoulder and listen, visual. Right. So I thought my videos, or these videos that I'm doing on teaching, was very, very visual. I'm not going too fast. I might not be able to have time to spell out everything by notes, whatever, but yeah. But I try to slow them down so that way y'all can catch the hand. So there, at some point, me doing this on the keyboard, by the way, I'm gonna want to spice it up a little bit, give it a little bit more than what I'm doing. All right, honey should be where she's at now. So now I should want to learn how to spice it up just a little bit. Every day I kept trying to figure out a different something to add to it, or a hand switch up or something. Because when you're on the organ, you got the pedals. So your hands is gonna be close together. You're on the one. Ba, 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 ba. Pedals moving up. Your hands gonna be close together. Belly gonna be close together. Now, in the beginning, when I was first learning, I was using the hand and the pedals, you know. Pedals walking up with my pedals, walking up with the hand. What was it about? Whatever again, I'm trying to. Right. So I started learning how to what we call add, add on. All right, you know, give it some more flavor or color. All right, give it some more color. And then before I knew it, pedals. You know, I went from yeah, I went for that. To that. That's why I say simplicity or simpleness is key. All of this is still simple stuff. All we doing is musicians is adding a few more notes to give you flavor. And I'm giving myself more flavor. Allowing the left hand to get some. You know what I'm saying? The left hand is like, yo, okay, I got just that little bit. Ba 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 ba. But after a while, the left hand is like, yo, I'm just repeating what the pedals are doing. Pedals in the left hand kept doing the same thing. Right? So now my left hand is saying, hey, give me, I can do a little bit more than this because this is boring a little bit, So then you want to add a little more season. And you do what makes sense to you. Do what makes sense to you. What sounds, not only that it makes sense to you, but it sounds good, right? It sounds good. Now, I said earlier, if you have certain sounds, and that's where I realized years later, man, it's all about a certain sound on the keyboard because it's like, this sounds so plain. Even though I'm playing extra notes. It sounds still kind of plain, right? Or it still sounds simple, right? It still sounds basic. It is basic. It's just sounds in the keyboard that manipulates how you might start to sound, whether you're going to sound amateur level, or if you're going to sound intermediate level, or if you're going to start to sound like you've been playing for years, advanced level. It's the type of sound that you will put in your board that make you sound a little different. I'll just say this was a discovery for me. I'm not a keyboard player, but just say I'm in here and I'm gonna mess around with the keyboard. It was an accident. Oops. Yeah, and I'm thinking like, man, I still sound like trash a little bit. So what can I do different? So I'm gonna mess around with the string. Oh, that sounds better. Oh, that sounds so much better. Oh, man. That's the sound, all right? It's this not only because you playing chords, my beginner musicians. It's the type of sounds that you might want to use to, I use that word manipulate. Manipulate a little bit, but not. It's the sounds it's the sounds, all right? It's just not only the chords, right? It's the sound on the board that makes you distinct, right? So makes you sound a little bit distinct. So if this is an accident, right? I'm in here, I'm messing around the keyboard. I'm a rookie, a beginner level musician. If you have the equipment, That's one thing. If you don't have it, it is what it is, right? Until you can eventually afford to get it. So one day, um, I ended up running across this guy. Happens to turn out that, a couple months later, he decided, hey, I'm gonna teach you some ideas and give you some pointers, right? And he was like, yo, and he showed me stuff in his crib, in his studio room. And he's like, I was like, man, what's that? Oh man, that's the JV10. No, actually, he didn't have the JV10. He had the, yeah, JV10 80. Man, what does that do? Oh man, let me show you. And then he was like, I was like, what is that gadget? And he was like, oh man, that's the MKS 20. Oh man, what does that do? Oh, hold on, let me show you something, right? So he hooked this stuff up. I didn't know how to. He had it all hooked up, whatever, right? And then and he's playing whatever he's gonna play, right? Let me drop the JV10 as far as what I have on there. But what's my point? So I got the JV10. I mean the MKS on. I got the keyboard on. I'm just gonna demonstrate that you can still sound simple, right? But it's the sound. It's the sound that would change the way you sound. You can still sound plain, but it's the sound, y'all. Manipulating a little bit of from you being, can I get a witness? You know what I'm saying? Can I get a witness? Da da da. That God is good. See, yeah, I'm just playing simple stuff. Right? It's gonna be the sound manipulating a little bit to make you sound just a little tad better, right? So it's the sound that's actually going to change the way you sound, right? Or the way you play. That's the word I was looking for the way you play. So I can still play that same stuff, right? But now I'm going to use some sound to it. So I'm going to use the string to help me out. Oh, a little better. Yes, a little bit better. Oh man, that's a big difference. Oh, it's the sound. It's the sound that's gonna manipulate a little bit on how to make you sound just a tad better. Let me give myself some JV10 the Hugo bass. So I'll play the same thing. Can God said let it be light? And there was like it's still the same chords I'm playing. Yeah, la la la. And it was like, say amen. Say amen. Say amen. 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 Put those hands together and give the Lord some praise. That's it. It's the sound that's going to help out to manipulate your plan to make you sound better. And it also is where you place it too as well. It's the sound that's going to help you out. I can sit here all day and play simple stuff, which everything is simple. All my major chords, the minor move, the augmented move, the diminished move, the diminished move, augmented chord, all of this stuff I keep breaking down to y'all. Major 7th move, 6 sus chord, sus 2, 6 sus chord, sus 4, 6 sus chord, and your tritone. They're all basic chords. Remember that C major chord? Let's put a tritone to it. They're all basic chords. It's the sound that's going to help you out, manipulate how you're going to sound. If I turn all that off, now I might feel like I sound like trash. Now I might feel like I sound like trash. But maybe not. Maybe I might feel like I sound like trash. Let's see. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. That sounds simple. I love you, Lord, today. That sounds simple, right? Right? It sounds boring at first, right? Okay, now let me see if I can duplicate what I just did a minute ago, right? So now I want to put the sounds in. I'm not going to use the JV10, but I'm just going to manipulate a little bit. Change my to the thing to MKS, giving it EP2, Bank 7, and I'm going to give a little strings. Let's do that again. It's the sound that's going to help y'all. Now I'm doing the same thing I just did a minute ago. It's the sound that's gonna manipulate a little bit for you. Y'all might say, "Oh man, that sounds like advanced level." No, it's just me playing the simple stuff. Remember my little the stuff I taught myself. All I'm missing is the middle notes. I'm playing the outer notes down. And when I played the major chord, I played the outer note. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. Today, I'm just playing the outer notes. That's still gonna make me sound because it's because I'm playing the outer notes. Maybe I don't know the middle notes. Even if I play the notes in the middle, I'm still playing what I call too simple, in my opinion. I feel like, man, I sound too basic, extremely basic. Like, man, I need to throw some salt and some season to this, because I sound like, I sound like a baby saint, right? I sound like, man, I'm playing and sounding like I'm still learning, right? But this is what the pros be doing, y'all. Whether you know it or not, believe me, they know. Hey, we can manipulate. Do it sound like it's professional? No. What they learn is, hey, you don't always have to play the 3-finger chord or the 4-finger chord. You can play the 3-finger chord or the 2-finger chord, or maybe even a 1. The 1-finger note. They call that solo or playing the melody line. It's where they place it. That's what they doing. Playing simple. We beginner musicians, we might sit here and say, "Oh my God, that's advanced level." It's not. It's beginner level. It's just giving that sound, manipulating with the strings, manipulating with whatever sound that you want to use on the keyboard. To me, I'll probably say to myself, man, there's no way I'm playing this at church like this. This sounds too like... no meat. Not through the meat in there. And all that was is I just repeated a set. Learn your major move. Minor moves. Learn them augmented moves. And 7. Diminished moves. Practice this in all 12 keys, right? This gives you more ideas. Now, these are ideas that I came up with on my own. Nobody showed me this. I learned this on my own. The sus2, the secret sauce chord. And remember, all I did was transpose this. And this is what the pro musicians or veteran musicians or be using this idea. And all I did was transpose to get to my what? Target chord. Oh, yes, the target chord. And that was the secret sauce chord. Or I could have used the minor move, which was my target chord. And once again, same thing. If I know how to do inversions of what inversion is this? It's the minor move. E flat minor, root position. First, that's why they say learn your inversions. Second inversion. Oh, and if I transpose this down, right, to the D minor move, D minor. I have the root, first inversion, second inversion. Guess what? And I'm sorry, the D minor move, and I can transpose this down before I get to this target chord here. This is my target. E flat minor, D minor, C sharp minor. The second inversion. Now I know I want to get to my target chord. This is what advanced musicians using this idea. You know what? Hey, I'm gonna be just a little fancy with this. I'm gonna throw some salt and pepper, some slap your mama right quick. I'm gonna slap people mama with this. You know. I love you, love. All this is simple stuff. I just told you what the chords were, right? Those major sevens. Major sevens. Of course, might be adding a 2. Of course, you need to learn your scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's gonna be 8, which is now it was 1. This is all basic theory. I thought my videos were very extremely basic because I'm basic. I'm basic. I'm simple. I'm not one of these musicians who's got to be so complex or make things to be complex. Actually, it's not as, I don't want to say it's not as hard as it might appear, but I'm not going to say it's not as simple as it might appear as well, because there might be some stuff that I'm not familiar with, or number 2, not used to doing. This is stuff I'm not used to doing on the keyboard. So I'm looking at it like I'm a rookie, beginner level, so to speak. But I might sound like I'm professional because why? I explained that, hey, I got 2 bonds. Left hand, right hand bonds. I got 2 bonds. I got 2 bonds, baby boy, baby girl. And I need to put some, you know, I want to put that turkey patty in there in the middle, or that beef patty, or whatever it is, right? And I want to put that on the bread. But before I put that on the bread, I need to put some mayonnaise. I don't like, you know, I just don't like mustard. So I don't go for the meal. I don't like ketchup that all often, so I would probably use barbecue sauce. Y'all see what I'm saying? Right? You know, just light lettuce, light tomatoes, and light pickles, right? And then as far as the patty, I want to season salt with some little pepper, right? You know, I'm not going to put no slap your mama on there. That's a little too spicy for me, even though we got it in the cabinet. But that's an overkill spiciness, so I'm not going to go that heavy on it, or maybe not do it at all. But I'm just saying, I want to put this little, you know, season on it, this little season, this, and all I'm doing is spicing this up. I'm just going to spice it up. And take that spice, you know, or, you know, spice it up, or, you know, dress it up, color it up a little bit. You know, I'm putting some color on it, right? And so I'm going to take that same information and transpose it. Up, down, back to where I was at, back, up, back, down. So when musicians end up learning this idea, I love you, love. I love you, love. Wherever they can put the idea. I love you, love. Today. Where, if it worked, you know, wherever they think it could work. I love you, love. Today. What? Today. Did it work? Today. Ooh. Did it work? Today. I didn't know that was going to happen, right? Okay. So that's being what we call being creative. You coming up with a creative idea because I just told you what the chords were or what the chords are. All right. So hold on. Let me see something. Why is that loud in my ear? Why is that still loud in my ear? Alright. Slow it down just a hair. Right. So now I got this tip on my head. And from everything I just told you was simple stuff. One finger. It's where you place it. 3-finger chord now. I sped that up. Where did I get the idea from, right? I told you where I get the idea from. Major move and know your inversions. Where you get the idea. So you can do inversions of your second inversion. I'm messing with it, y'all. Major, major, major root position. Drop the string. Major, up, back. I'm just playing the major chord. F sharp and G flat major chord with an inversion. Root position, first inversion, second. I can do the root positions the same thing. First inversion. Root position, da da da. And I'm just doing inversions of these two chords. That's an idea. So I love you, though. And I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put it. I love you, though. I love you. I'm just using single notes or 2 notes, and I might swip it up. What? And then I came down with using the secret sauce. Come back and go in reverse with it, or you can go back up and go to major move, secret sauce chord, or the major move. I'm just being creative. Oh, that sounded cool. Or I could have went, you know, Chinese. That's, y'all probably say, oh, that's advanced level stuff. Yes. But it's also what? Beginner level stuff, because I just said, learn your sus2, your secret sauce chord. Learn your sus4 chord. Let's do a different sus4. Let's go to a C sus4 and its secret sauce chord. So I got both of these. There's a reason for the madness, right? And I can use these 2 ideas even though they're 2 different secret sauce chords. What? What? It depends on where you want to use it at. See, it all depends on, that's what, when you use the word professional musicians, right? Advanced level musicians, right? They're using the same beginner level stuff, which is called basic chords. Everything I'm doing is basic chords. And now I'm learning my inversions. My sus2, I've learned the inversion. So I can't help but to use the idea. Oh, I can't help but to notice that, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I can't help but to see that. It's the obvious, right? You know, the major move, you know, the second inversion. I can't help but to, remember I told you the chords I learned? This is A flat, D flat, right? This is the inversion. I can go, I love you though. What? I love you though, E flat minor. A flat. It would probably sound funny doing that, right? But if that works, cool. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait a minute. What did I turn down? I love you though. I love you, Lord. I flat. My bad. Today. Because you care for me. Watch it. Doing inversions, y'all. Doing inversions. So once you learn your chords, major move, learn the inversions of them. So being a rookie or beginner level musician, I've come to learn my inversions and learn them in all 12 keys from whatever key you want to go to. Hey, the same scenario. Learn your inversion, root position, first inversion, right? Second inversion, back to root, back to first inversion, back to second inversion, root. Learn your inversions because there's this thing called placing. You know, you're placing. I might use the word range. Where is the keyboard ranging his or her chords? And majority of the time, usually musicians are playing their chords in the middle of the board for the most part. And then, you know, of course, they go out of the range. So I have this thing where I break up the keyboard like this in sections. 12 keys in this low range. I'm gonna call this the low range, the low range, and the mid range. 12 keys, just total 12. Samuel Talbot would say, this is just a bunch of notes. You're just playing a bunch of notes. There's 12 notes, y'all. It's not a whole lot of notes. It's just 12 notes that are spread about creating chords, but using it in the scale format. Because your chords are generated from the scale. And your number system goes with it. So you'll C is the 1, D2, E3, F4, G is the 5, A is number 6, number 7 is B. Do a continuation of the same notes, you just an octave higher. That's why I said this is going to be my low range here. This is going to be my low range. It's just repeating the same note. And it's my mid range. 12 notes. We use the word a bunch of notes, which is correct. 12 notes, you know, that's my high range and the highest range. All right. We hear musicians playing stuff, and sometimes it sounds complex on what they're doing, but it's not as complex as it might seem because of the fact that we're not used to either or hearing or used to playing. And for me, it's both. I'm not used to playing some of this stuff on the keyboard or the organ. If I heard somebody doing some crazy stuff on the organ as well, I have to familiarize myself with it, familiarize myself with the keys. So if I would take that same song and I want to do it in all 12 keys, now this becomes a different story when it comes down to transposing the same information to go to the next key. I have to now turn on muscle memory to know, okay, this is how I'm going to play this. And always remember, the way you practice is generally how you're going to end up performing. So if you practice nicely, in a nice way, you're going to perform in a nice way. What I mean by that is you're still gonna play basic stuff. This is basic stuff. This is theory. 1, 2, 3. Right? In the scale of D flat. 1, 2, 3. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Repeating the note. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Back to the 1. C, the same thing. 1, 2, 3. So I have come to learn this 3-finger chord, right? I call it the 3-finger chord. Y'all better learn the 3-finger chord, right? I'm gonna be like Sean Wilson will say, learn your major sevenths. Learn your major 9. It's the 2. Whether you put it in your left hand or the right hand, y'all. All right. Then you have your 11. Now this might sound funny, which we know is the 4. The 4. So it may not sound pretty. And we also have the 13. Remember, the number consists of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, back to the 1, right? So, I'm sorry, the 13, I'm sorry. What I say? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, right? So people may say, learn your 7th, right? Your 9th, I'm sorry, your 7th, which will be this note here, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, your major 7. Then you're going to say, learn your 9th. You know, after 1 is 8, or after 7 is 9. I mean, after 7 is 8, this is 9. Right? You could have put it in the left hand too as well. That's why I call this a 3-finger chord. 1, 2, 3. Anyway, y'all catch that. So I'm putting the 9 at the top, right? Then I have my 9? That's 10. I don't want the 10. That's the 11. Okay. Now it sounds funny a little bit, right? So you might have to either flat the 11 or sharp the 11. And right, you have the 12, which is the 5, and then you have the 13. Ah, it sounds a little better, right? Yeah, sounds better now. So you have a C major 13, sharp 11. Yes, the 7 is there, and yes, your 9 is there, but the dominant chord is at the top, which is the 13. And I have to end up sharpen my 11, half step up. Yes, you're going to see a combination of chords. Yes, but you also seeing what is called mix-max chord. This chord is a D major. That's a C major 7 chord. C major 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. Mixed with another chord called a D major chord. But in the C scale, you got the 2. Oh, you had the what? The 11, but I sharped it because it sounded funny. Sharped the 11. Or I could have flat the 11. Half step back. And then now I got my 13 at the top. And this is still a what? C major 9. Now it's C major 9. Even though I know the 13 was dominating. But what happened was, we took the we flat the 11. I'm sorry. We ended up flattening the 11. So that's what made the 9 become dominant or on top. So C major 9, 13. Now it sounds nice. It sounded better than this, which ends up being a D minor chord. Let's bring the hand down. I'm going from right to left now. We have the D minor at the top. Right? All right. Then we have, let's go G major. Yeah, we have the G major chord. Root position, right? We would have had the first inversion of it, but because of this voicing here. All right. This is a diminished. B diminished, partial. Add 7, 6 to it, and now we have a C diminished, or a B diminished 7, or a C flat diminished 7. So we have a combination of, now I use the word, y'all notice I say combination. I didn't say mix match anymore for a second, right? Because now I'm looking at the combination of chords in the middle. D minor, B diminished 7 technically, until I did that, then that gives me the full diminished 7 chord, but these are the chords are in the middle. And then we have the G major chord. So I'm showing you have a D minor move, diminished move. That's why I told you had to learn your inversions, your G major chord. And then now we have the E minor with that. So we had a D minor, B diminished, G major chord, and then we have an E minor with that. And then we have the C major chord in there. So those are what I call a combination of chords in the middle. But it still takes us back to what I just said earlier. Learn your mix match chord. Learn to play mix match chords. If something don't sound right, you know you can either sharp it or flat it. Didn't sound right, so I'm flat or I'm gonna sharp it. So yeah, so this is C major 13, sharp 11. Yeah, it's still got my 7, like I said, right? Still got my 9. I had to sharp the 11, and then this is my 13, which is number 6 in the scale of C. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, the continuance of the number system, right? When we said 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh. So I thought my videos were very basic because beginner musicians, you don't want to stay forever in that extreme, I call it to the extreme basis, because you know you want to gradually grow. I mean, it's like a baby, you know, who wants their baby to be born from, you know, mommy, come out of mommy, and the baby still stays at the baby forever. I mean, maybe some people do, but I don't want. I want them to grow up and get out of my house. Grow up and get out. I want them to grow up and get out. You was cute when you was just a baby. You was precious and cute when you was a... You didn't have to argue with him. You ain't got to fight with him. Some of y'all catch that later. Anyway, so yeah. So that's why we use the word either color, seasoned, salted, or whatnot. You know, it sounds so advanced. It's not advanced level stuff, really. It's just you playing the basic stuff. C major, D minor. Matter of fact, let's do the Nashville chordy deal. The Nashville chordy deal system is your 1 is C major. I just said that. And learn your inversions. First inversions. Now you got a first inversion. I'm sorry, Rupert is the first inversion now. And you have your second inversion. This is the chordy Nashville thing that we all need to practice on, right? From our beginner level to intermediate or advanced, because that's what they're using, this idea, right? If I told you this B flat was here, do my inversion. And then do my C major chord position, right? I'm doing this for a purpose, right? All right, on purpose. All right. Then I can do my major 7 root position, right? First inversion, sorry about that, and then second inversion, and then third inversion. I'm doing these chords on purpose because there's a musician who's gonna play this move, all right? And he did it on the organ, by the way. And he did this move from the, I think he was in F. He was in F. Let me see. All right, let me see. And then he gets to this part here. And then he plays this first inversion of B flat, first inversion of C major, second inversion of B flat major 7. B flat major, and B flat major 7, third inversion. I was like, what? What? And then he used the secret sauce. What? Yes. Then he used the diminished move. And then he played that minor chord. Remember the C major chord? Remember that minor chord, D minor chord, the 2 chord? I was on my way to it, so let's get to it. So the 1 is C major, right? And I did my inversions, right? The 2 chord in the chordy, in the Nashville system is the D minor chord. Root position, first inversion, right? Second inversion, as I was saying, right? Third chord was that minor chord, E minor. Remember, I just mentioned that earlier, right? All right, the number 4. This is the scale and the number system I'm doing at the same time with giving you the chords. F major root position, first inversion, second inversion. And everything I just played a minute ago, I'm going to create the chord from this chord or chord progression. 5 G major, root position, first inversion, second inversion. What? A minor root position, 6, number 6. So I thought my videos that I was doing was extremely simple, right? Like to the point I'm a baby's rookie at this. I'm a rookie baby saying at this. I'm like, and I'm teaching myself this. I'm like, man, how does this, how am I gonna build chord progression or chords from this, right? All right. And lo and behold, let me see what's up with my chord. What keys is it? Oh, no wonder. All right, let me change the key. So I started looking at this and I'm like, wait a minute, what if I put the C here, which was my 1. I'm gonna put it at the top in my right hand. Okay. It's plain, right? It's just plain and simple. It sounds plain, right? Right. Okay, I'm gonna put that 2 chord, which was the D minor, underneath. Oh man. Oh man, this is the D. Now we're talking the D scale. Even though I put the C major at the top. Right. Now I have the D scale, but I have a minor chord though. Now what if I told you that D major chord? Remember I played it here. It was up here. Now it's here. You're gonna play chords. You're gonna be familiar with these chords if you practice them in different spots because they're gonna come to mind. All right. Oh. Okay. So, but what if I told you to flat the third? Flat the third. Oh man, for real. Now I have a D minor chord root position, right? All right. So then we have the what? First inversion, right? And then that's second inversion. I'm just rotating the note. All right. You know, moving my bottom note to the top. Of course, the number system is going to switch over, right? All right. Y'all, I know y'all catch this now, right? So now I said, wait a minute. I got this root position here. That sounds cool. And this is what the advanced level, intermediate, advanced do as a beginner level musician moving quickly as they practice this. Oh wow, okay. What if you move the C major chord up and go and do the inversion? We had the root position of the D minor move, so I'm gonna do it in the first inversion. Oh wow. Oh man. Oh, okay. Let me go second inversion of C major chord. And let me go to second inversion of D minor. Oh wow. So you're just doing inversions, so learning an inversion because you never know how the keyboard player might place his or her chord movements. And we think that this is all fancy, but it's really not fancy. It's just you doing inversions, right? And to your liking, actually. Now, when it gets into try to do what somebody else is doing, you will discover it because you're doing inversions, right? So I discovered this by accident. Found out that this is, if I learn my D major, my D scale, it was no different from me doing the C scale. I'm just whole step over. Not a half step up, but I went a whole step over. And now I'm learning my scale. And of course my number system at the same time. So D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, back to the 1. Oh, it's you just duplicating everything over again. That's what we do. All right. So what if I told you now, let's play that D major chord on the bottom now. It was my 1 chord. My 2 chord is going to be what? E minor. Remember, I had already played E minor already in the C major on the 1, right? D minor chord on the 2. There's an E minor chord, which I had already did my inversions, right? Oh, it was the 3 in the C scale. Now in the D scale is the 2. 1, 2. Oh. And what if I told you to take that 1 chord, D major, and put it at the top? And now I'm gonna put that E minor chord in the left hand. Now listen, y'all. We literally had already just played this chord already. What? Yes, remember the flat the 11 and C scale and either flatted or sharpened. There it is. And there's that C on the bottom. That C13 sharp 11. You already know the. Lord have mercy. So you could create this idea knowing that, it's not. Yeah. You can create your own chord progression just doing this, messing with it. So I now have this. Oops, sorry, E minor. All I'm doing is transpose whole step over. Whole step over. And I just repeated this same chord, what I just told you, move the C major chord, which is the 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 5. I'm sorry, 1, 3, 5 is at the top. And then I went to the 2 chord, which is the D minor chord. So technically in the C scale, I have the 2, the 4, and the 6. However, the way Chordy looks at it, or the number system looks at this, it looks at this as the 9, right? All right, and it looks at this as the 4, which we say 11, and it looks at this as the 6, which is the 13. Oh, even though it's a D minor chord, right? And then it looks at this as my, remember the 1. We can go ahead and call this the 1 or the 8. Let's just go ahead and call this the 1, right? But now it's technically we're in the D scale, but I'm just using this as an idea from the C scale. Let's give you the idea. It's the C scale from the 1, right? And the 3, we might call this the 10, right? But the 3. What was that chord I played? Yeah. And we have the C major chord, and then we have this as the 5, right? We ain't gonna call it 12, but the 5. Now, looking at the D scale, we calling this now the what? If you use it, the point is you using the same chord that you just played, literally. All right. So now in this case, since we're in the D scale, that was a D major chord, and I had said put it at the top. And because we're using the D scale, we know we're going to the 2, was now the E minor chord. Now, yes, the number system is going to change. The note is going to remain the same. All right. And now my D scale, I got the 2. Right? In the D scale, this is what? 3. We say this is 4, but now it's 11. E minor. Remember, this is the E minor. Now, is what I do in the right hand is going to change things because we have the 1 flat 3, right? Now, watch this. Watch this. Hold on. Now, remember that D major chord? We put it up here now. Remember, it would have been here. We put it here. Now, watch what's going to happen. If you look at the E minor chord, what do y'all see? There it is. E major chord. And what we did was we're going to transpose. We're going to flat the what? The 3. 1, 3, 5. Flat the 3rd. So now I'm getting ahead of myself. Right? I'm doing that on purpose so you can see what's gonna come next, right? So we're gonna have an E major chord and we're gonna flat it and giving us an E minor chord. All right, now we have an E scale at this point, but we still thinking about the D scale, right? But we in a whole different spot now because of the E minor move. So now we have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, right? Or 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Back to the 1, right? Anyway, now what I was just trying to get y'all to see is you're going to be moving your minor chords around. You're going to move your major chord around. I'm sorry. Right? So you have that C major chord, D minor chord, and E major chord. Yeah, y'all kind of hear a little something going on there? I'm telling you, you're going to come up with some crazy ideas. No, it's not even crazy. It's just the logic behind it. You're going to come up with some ideas. You're going to come up with some ideas, you know. Okay, So now that that happened, that let's go back to that C chord again, and I moved it to the top, and I was going using the Nashville system. The 2 chord is a D minor move, which create a D minor 9/11 chord. Now that I put my finger on this D, I realize there's a D major chord right there. Oh, and now that I had already played my C chord, my D minor chord, and my E minor chord, I see that it's gonna stay there, and I'm gonna move my D major chord to the top and keep the E minor chord there. Now I have an E minor 9/11 chord. Oh, I think somebody's caught on to what I'm doing, right? So I can create a chord progression by doing this. And it's not hard to do once you learn the concept behind the madness. All right, let's go in reverse. Let's go to C sharp and D flat and do the same thing. My 1 is D flat. My 2 is what? There it is, E flat minor chord. All right, now I want to put my D flat major chord to the 1 chord to the top. And I'm going to use my 2 chord, which is the E flat minor move. And what we going to get? Ooh! No way. Watch this. Transpose up to the chord I just left from. Transpose backward. Da, da, da. What? All I did was swap the chord, right? Okay. Y'all see that? So that was my 1 as my 2 chord. And I just swapped the spot. Swap the chord, right? Y'all see what happened there? Now, we can go in reverse to that. And we can go and do a C sharp, a D flat major chord. And let's do something funny. Let's do this. This is, I'm going in reverse with y'all. Now let's take that. Let's take, while we're here, let's take that idea. It's the same idea, and let's just say I want to minor my that. Okay, and you remember the C major chord, right? Now I'm thinking of the B. So let's now I went from here. See, now we're gonna go to B now. So I'm gonna go to my 1 chord, which is B major, and my 2 chord is C sharp minor. I'm gonna swap the spot with that and keep my C sharp minor chord on the bottom and put the B major chord on the top. What? C sharp or D flat minor chord. Now go up to the next chord I just left from and go back to it. What? Go up. Up. Oh, man. I know y'all heard this stuff, right? All right, so what if I said, let's go back to that C major chord again? Uh-oh. What if I told you to flat the 3rd? Flat the 3rd. Now this is coming from another angle. All right. Let's go and say B flat. B flat. Okay. So we have B flat as the 1. And what's my 2 chord? C minor. Oh, y'all know what happened with the B flat. Well, it went to the top. C minor 9/11 chord. And now let's go to the chord I previously played before this. Let me see. Actually, let me see. Okay, we're gonna have to go up. So let's go to the previous chord I played before. There we go. And all we're doing is transposing. I know y'all heard this stuff, right? We hear it on the radio. I don't listen to the radio no more. But if somebody would put a groove on, it's I don't know, wherever. I promise you guys, you heard this stuff, and all I'm doing is moving the chords that's in the Nashville system, right? Knowing you learn your one, your two chord, your three chord, your four chord. It's major and then minor, minor, major, major, minor, all right, diminish, and then that's it. So you should know now, major, the one, right? The two is a minor, the three is a minor, and your six is a minor. Now that you know that you have a major on the one, you got a major on the four and a major on the five. The one, the four, and the five. You have a major on the one, on the four, and on the five. You got the minor chord on the two, minor on the three, and minor on the six. And number seven is diminished or dominant chord. I know y'all heard this groove. Now, we can come from a minor move and the major move. Two different chords, we call that mix match chords. Or we can come from the major move. Two major chords at the same time and play the same sort of type of groove. I'm trying to figure out, do I want to start it on, let's start it on the C minor 9 and go up with it. Now y'all can't tell me y'all ain't never heard this groove. Right? You can't tell me y'all ain't never heard this groove. All right? It's a simple setup on from beginner to advanced level playing, but it's really beginner level in a sense. All right? It's still considered beginner's level in a sense because of the fact that it's on what I call simple chords created through the scale in the number system. All right? This thing always change my channels. And you building the chords from knowing your major move to your minor move to your major move. And you can create a song just by me messing with it. No, G, that sounded better. To the one, to the six, to the five. You know what I'm saying? To the one, six, to the five. What? Yes. You can create your own music, you could go to the one. Let me drop the string for a second. One, to the six. Let me see. I go up here. It's all where you want to place it and how you want to voice it. All I'm doing is using the with inversion, root position, first inversion, second inversion. So I got an ear for that. I said, oh man, what? I'm making this up, One, to the six. Now I'm going to use this 5 chord, which is a G major chord. I know the root, the first inversion, and the second inversion. So I'm going to mess with it, So let me go 1. Oh, I actually didn't do the twang. The twang is from the sus2. Did y'all catch that? Substituting the major move to a sus2. Now that I learned that, then also I got this little sus2 to the major move. We call this gracing or twanging. however you want to look at, or do the other way. You know, see, it's about where you place it. It's about where you want to place that mood. But in the beginning, let's see. We call this basic, right? Right? We call this basic. Now I want some strings to this. Now, give me a little bit of salt, pepper, and whatever, right? Season it up. All right, now say, can I substitute this? Substitute. Let's go major 7. Maybe C major 7. Let's see, can I do a G sus2? Each time I'm coming back, remember, I told you it's about the major move, minor move, augmented move, add 7 bonus, diminished move, dominant 7 move. I want to make sure you know your inversion, because you never know how you might pull that in there, right? Major 7 chord, I haven't gotten there yet. Oh, I did get there. Root position, first inversion, second inversion, which you've heard me doing. Oh, I could have went to the third inversion, but I didn't think of it yet. So I went to the C major 1. Right. Okay. A minor move, my 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? And then I'm going to the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm making this up. That's what musicians do, you know, when you've been creative or artists. You know, back in the day, I used to sing a long time ago, y'all. I was real young then, in my mid-teens. And right about my mid-teens. Yeah, I was 18 or something like that. And I got a group going, and I started making up my own music. Okay, but this is what an artist would do, you know. First of all, write out his lyrics on how you want the song to go, or his song or whatever, word wise, and then he or she would sit to the keyboard and think of something. God so loved the world. God, so it sounds plain, right? So loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. Whosoever believe in him. I'm making this up. Okay, anybody steal this? Copywritten. This is copywritten, y'all. I'm suing. You better not try to steal my idea. Now, listen. Anybody can do this once you learn your major move on the 1. Minor move 2. Minor move 3. This is the Nashville deal, right? 4 is major. 5 is major. Number 6 is minor move. Number 7 is the diminished move. Or you can play a dominant chord. Play a dominant chord if you want, right? Remember I told you learn inversions, right? Doing it. Right, so forth. You never know, it might work in your favor later somewhere. Okay. So I'm like, okay, God so loved the world. All right, copywritten, y'all. Now, what do that mean? I'm the originator, writer of my own music. What day is this? 24. All right, 2024. Your boy Andre, truly. All right, it's copyright. It's my own song. All right? Don't try to steal it, because I'm sued. All right. God, this is for God what I said. I forgot the word I said. For God so love this world, something like that, right? God, so what I say, I don't forgot already. Anyway, for God so loved the world. And I'm just using the major move on the 1, minor move 6, major move 5, that he gave 7 to the 3, his only begotten son, 2 back to the 6, maybe 5 to the 4, and wherever I want to go, whatever, right? So, for God so loved the world. All right, written by your boy, truly, Andre Clark, right? So somebody steal that, I'm suing. Right, that was my approach to that, right? Where I'm writing that down at. So, basic theory, right? For God so loved the world. Right? All right, 2024. This is February. This is your boy writing his song, right? His first song, right? I'm writing my, and so what happens is things are simplified, right? That's how I used to do it back then. It was so simplified. I simplified stuff. When I was creating the group I just created simple stuff. I didn't come with fancy stuff, and I played it simple. Come on, group. For God, for God, for God. You know what I'm saying? So love the world that he gave his own. I can't sing. His begotten son, that whosoever believe. And everything I'm doing is basic. Remember that chord? Remember this chord. This is the major. The F major and the C major. The 1 at the top. The 4 on the bottom. We are beginner musicians because we don't know this stuff. I didn't know it. I just discovered it as I'm messing around, right? I'm messing around on the keyboard. I'm doing this stuff, right? And I'm like, what? Right? So yes, you can be creative on your own stuff. Create your own stuff. That's my new song, y'all. I'm creating a new song called "For God So Loved the World." So now that I learned that, hey, I can substitute the chords from a major move to a sus2 chord or the secret sauce chord. So in this case, I probably would transpose that. Maybe this one. I might even transpose up. For God. So where am I heading to? To the minor move, right? So let me see. So for God so love. I might want to change the voicing. Third inversion or through. Remember that 3-finger chord? You know what I'm saying? For God, right? So you know the world that he gave. See, I switched it up a little bit, right? For God, so love the world. I can come from another angle. You know what I'm saying? So Grayson, I'm using a piece of the secret sauce chord. And if you notice, technically that C is at the bottom. So that's why I say, for God, right? So, I'm messing around with the minor move. The world. Guess what? That same chord I played earlier. The secret sauce chord, transpose. You see what I'm saying? I see this idea in my. It's where you use it and when to use it. When am I gonna use that voicing somewhere, right? I don't know. So love the world. You know, I don't know if it's gonna work out there. know where I'm gonna be able to use that voicing if I could. Let me see. I hear this other idea. Now, I know what my target chord is. Now, I told you with the chord, I can transpose that or 3 chords back. 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? And is it possible I can use that voicing? Probably not. You know, so yeah, you got to figure things out, you know. You know, if it's necessary, I have to figure out where I'm gonna use it. So, you know, or da 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 da, sequel saw, da 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 da, sequel saw, da da da. You know, so love. You know what I'm saying? The world. You know, I went somewhere else. The where, you know, went somewhere. You know where. Went somewhere else. Would it work? Would it work? You know what I'm saying? I tried different ideas. Right? That's what a musician would do, is find ideas. Because no one wants to, you know, you know. Now, remember, I told you it's about the sound, right? And so the sound that you may use make you sound a little bit better. Yeah, you know. And you find that spot where you want to go. But anyway, so yeah, see, I transposed it, and I found it. You know, and remember, get to my target chord. In fact, actually, I could have did a target chord again from the minor move. You know, from the minor move. This move right here, right? And so I see there's a D minor, C sharp minor. I'm sorry, C minor. I'm sorry, I keep saying D minor to C minor, up to C sharp minor. Knowing where my target chord is. You know, what? And then again, you know, or because I know I'm playing a minor chord here. My plan was to go to the A minor move, so I now know I can play this A minor chord, because A minor is related to C major, and it's also related to E minor. What? And yep, and I can throw even a D minor there. And that's where you get this A minor 9/11 chord, because you see my hands can spread out that move. What? Now we might say this is advanced level stuff. It's actually not. I'm just adding some salt and pepper and slap your mama stuff with it, right? I'm gonna add some season to this. Some slap your mama. We may use the word make the chord big. You know, make the chord bigger, right? You know, just slap your mamas. I'll do some more slap your mama chords in it. No, notes. The bond, the 2 bonds, right? The patty, Mel, you know, ketchup. I hate mustard, lettuce, tomatoes. You know what I'm saying? Pickles. Whatever you want to put on that sandwich, right? Or that bun, right? And so all I'm doing is making it a bigger chord. you know. And then it's the sound that make me sound different, you know. Yes, it's the sound that makes you sound different. You know, professionally, it makes you sound professional. Roll it backward, or up, or staggered. I call that staggered. You go to minor. You can stagger that too as well. And that's just all about styling. You know, you styling your stuff. Because again, you don't want to be thank you forever baby sing style, right? And there's no wrong, like I said, but at the certain point, that's why I thought my videos were thank you. You know, I start adding more chords. You know, all this is basic stuff. Literally, sus2, sus4, sus2, sus4, or major, root position, major root position, second inversion of the major chord. Diminished seventh is all of the chords I just mentioned. All is the same thing. I'm playing a major, knowing my scale, and then I'm using two different chords. Two different chords. And I may be adding what I call, you know, some salt and pepper and A flat, A flat. I'm gonna add a 9 to 2, add a 2. All I did was, you know, okay, the meat, the patty, patty, and then the meat, you know, the patty, and the patty, you know, beef patty or turkey patty, right? Now I'm gonna probably expand that finger out. I still play the same chord, but I realized, oh, that finger can go out there. Now I realize I can probably make the chord a little more. Now that's pretty much my reach there, and I can't go any further than that. Otherwise, unless I'll omit the bottom note, because it's here. Now I have the E flat. Remember, this is this inversion. And I'm back to where I was at. And remember, it's about where you place it and the sound. It helps to manipulate you from sounding extremely basic. Thank you, Lord. Yeah, I sound better, you know, because the sounds that I'm using. Thank you. I said this earlier, you know, I could have used that, and then I could have used that movement going to the, oh, my bad, I missed it. Sorry about that. Let me see. You, Lord. Just use the secret sauce. 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember that? I told you this simple stuff. Now, just added some more notes to it, basically, you know. Now, instead of me doing, now I'm coming from another angle. This time I'm coming from the B flat mode or the G minor mode. Or or B flat with the G minor together. It's a C minor 9 chord, y'all. I'm just coming from it from a different angle. Because you can play the C minor 9 chord. Remember I told you this? C minor 9. What was that? With the B flat? Yeah. C minor 9, 11. Now I'm hitting you with it from down here. With the perfect fifth. We call it perfect fifth. We also call this power chord. So many different ways you can come from that. With use that C minor 9 move. C minor 9. You know, so many different routes you can use the C minor 9. And so now that I'm learning inversions, so I can use that to my advantage. You know what I'm saying? I can use all that idea. I can go, let me see, was it? Oh! Oh, coming from a whole different angle. Then sus4, sus4, sus4. All this was this major. F sharp, major 2, A flat major 2, and D flat major 2. If you're looking at the bottom of the note, you know. Well, I lied about that. F sharp. Whichever note is dominating, but you know what? G flat add 2, then in this case it's add A flat, and then this time it's on the bottom D flat. But you see a C sharp and D flat sus4. What do I play? E flat sus2, and F. I'm sorry, sus4. Y'all scratch that. D flat or C sharp sus4, depending on what key you want to look at it. Every chord movement that I'm doing, y'all, is basic chords. The sus4, the sus4, right? So you have the sus4, sus2, and its secret sauce. You're gonna hear a lot of that. In fact, I could have did that too. I love you, dog. Let me see, is it this one? I think it's that one. I love you, dog. I love you, dog. I love you, dog. All this is simple stuff. Today, let me see. It's all basic stuff. Tritone and the secret sauce. I could have went ahead and played the what? The B flat sus4 too. Or I could have played the F sus4 up top. Or I could have did it with this hand too. A combination of that. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Right? At the end of the day, the chord would have been a simple chord using my tritone. You know, I'm playing the B flat sus2, F sus4. They both share the same secret sauce. Now it's just about the sound that I'm using to help a little bit of manipulating on how I want to voice this same chord. And now I'm using the A flat. I did E flat using the tritone. Now I'm gonna go A flat, and here's the tritone here, and a different tritone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? Now I have this tritone, but and see, I can be creative with the idea. Something. What? Yes, I can be. No, either I can go this way first, then come to this one second. What? And actually, I can change the bass line to even D as well. So D, A flat, and then I could have went to A. Watch this. What? And that's what the pros do. Right? All right. I'm not a pro. I'm still a baby saint. I'm still a preschool. All right. No, for real. For real. No, seriously. That's what the pros do. They sit here and be like, man, what if I did this? Oh man, what if I did this? What if I did this? Oh man, what if I did this? Oh man, what if I did this? Whoa, you see what I'm saying? They're thinking outside what we call outside the box. What? Yeah, thinking outside the box. I probably will pull this off with some preaching chords, you know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I probably would have pulled that move off with some preaching chords. Oh Lord, God should let it be light. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making this up, you know. I just made that up. Did I make that up, or was that a discovery? Yes, I made that up as I was going along, and I realized, oh wow, I can mess with the tritones. I can mess with the major move, minor move, augmented move, you know, diminished move. Oh, kind of heavy on that. Right. So I'm saying, because, you know, here it is. I wouldn't lie to you. I just told you it would have worked in my favor. And if I wanted to transpose, I just told you, I'm a rookie and I'm making this up as I go. You know, I'm trying to see how I can use this idea, right? Whether I can use it as a chord movement, or if I can use this as tritone movement, transpose. Look at that. What? Transpose. Can I get away that the God says let it be? Let it be light. And there was light. Ba ba ba. Or you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Wherever you want to go with it, you know. I'm a rookie at this, right? Right. And that's what I perceive myself as, that rookie messing around on the keyboard, realizing I could do inversions, realizing I could use my tritones to whatever I want to use, or manipulating chords with the movement. Now that probably sound better on that C. I played the same chord here, but then I changed up the second hand, or you know, the left hand, to this forcing. Now I'm using another secret sauce. Earlier you heard me doing this one. over the E flat. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all don't catch that. Somebody don't catch that. You can play the same chord. Right, so this is a G minor 11. And because of the secret sauce chord, you can find another one similar that's going to give you the similar chord, but you. All right, G minor 9. I'm sorry, G minor 7. All right, G minor 7 with flat 11. No, flat 5 actually. Yeah. Flat to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's in the left hand, right? Now, if I can find another one similar to the voicing that I'm similar when I say the word similar, that makes me want to change my pedals. You know, maybe mess around with the pedals, but you know. So I'm transposing. And you notice I moved the hand out the way. I could have voiced it up here. Now that takes me to a major move, major 7 flat 5, and this one was a minor 7 flat 5. Why do they kind of sound? I won't say they sound identical, but if you listen to it, E flat 9 13, and I'm gonna move the hand. Right? It's the same chord, y'all. Exact same chord. Okay, it's not the exact same chord. What it is, I'm using somewhat of the exact same notes per se, but you won't see the B flat at the top at all. So you're trying to figure out, I'm trying to figure out, right? How is that an E flat 9 13? And this is still an E flat 9 13. What? And I'm using a different secret sauce chord. What? And again, it doesn't matter if I change the bass line and use the same idea. Okay, the chord is still going to remain the same. Now listen to this. This chord is a G flat minor 7 flat 5. Right? And then I told you, transpose, I'm going to go up with it. It becomes now a major move. Alright, a D flat major move. We flat the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, flat the 5. But how in the world is it the same chord if I use the same bass line? I don't know. But it is a E flat 9 11. Let's change the bass line. Now, I'm curious. Out of curiosity, this now is a A7 sharp 9 sharp 5. Now let's see if I switch the chord and do the same thing. I'm switching the chord. E flat 9 13. Let's change the bass line to see if I get the same chord. I got the same chord. It's set for one note. There it is. There I must get an accidental note. Okay. And now I'm playing the same chord, E flat 9 13. What? Just like this one, I just transposed it. It's an E flat 9 13. What? What? Yes. All right. Trying to see what these folk out here doing. Wow, this lady got her kids out here. Gee, what time it is? 6 o'clock in the morning. What these kids doing out here at 6 a.m. in the morning? Are you kidding me? What they doing up at 6 a.m. in the morning? They should be in bed sleep. Then get up for school. Out here in the middle of the night. Sorry, y'all. I see something look funny. I'm like, surveillance. So yes. All this is still beginner level stuff because, as I said, you have your major move, minor move, minor move, augmented move. Major move 101, major minor move 2, minor move 3, major move 4. Let's talk about that 4 chord. And then I told you to take the C major chord, put it at the top. Let's drop that string for a sec. We have an F major 9 chord. They tell you learn your major 9, minor 9, major 7. All right, your major 7. You can learn your minor 7, minor 9, minor 11. It might either be sharp or plain, whatever. And then your 13. And that's what they mean. What is it that musicians out there playing all day? You know, the minor 9 and the 11th chord. So you have the minor 9. Okay, the minor 9 chord. Then I have the minor 11 chord. Minor 9 and 11, y'all. Good. Then we have the minor 7. Oop. Oh, man, sorry about that. So you have the minor 7 chord, and then you have the minor 9 and minor 11. Now, if you want to do the 13, you know that's the 6. All right, so minor 13, 9, 11. What? 9, 11. And it's a minor chord, a D minor chord, by the way. Remember the 2 chord? Now the 2 chord is at the top. I got my C minor on the bottom. Remember, C major flat the 3rd, and we have a C minor chord. That's my 7. Now listen, it's a combination of a few chords in the middle. D minor, B flat, E flat, G minor, E flat. What? Yes, E flat and C minor. A couple of chords in the middle. What? Yes. When you discover this, you're going to start playing like the pro musicians are playing, because now you know that it's all built into your scale, the number system, all day. C major 7, C major 9. We tapped in on the minor move. Now we tap in on the major move. That's the 11 and the 13. And if it sounds funny, as I said earlier, then you have the option of sharpening the 5, the 11, which is the 4, or flatten it. And you get a major 9, 13 chord. If you want to sharp the 11, as I said earlier, then you can sharp the 11, and you still going to have that C major 7, 9, sharp 11, 13. So at the end of the day, it's going to call it 13 and sharp 11. But you know you got your 7, and you know you got the 9 there. So when cats tell you learn your minor 9, your major 7, and your 9, and your 11, and your 13. That kind of note stuff. All right. Once you got that locked, it's over. You'll start recognizing, you know, between the minor 9 chord. You notice I didn't say which one, but you're going to start learning the minor 9, 11, 13 chords. Minor 9, 11 chord. Even though I told you, you might either have to flat your 11 or sharp the 11. So you might see it in that fashionable way because of the way the sound, or whatever the sound you try to get. So yes, your minor 7, your minor 7 or minor 9, sharp 11, 13. Now you have your major chord, 2 major chords mixed together. C major mixed with another major chord, F major. What? And you can do inversions, as I told you before. F major, second inversion, root first, right? And then, you know, you have the first inversion. I already told you what your major chord was for the C major chord, so we don't need to go through that, right? So now that I said, oh, wow. Now, you know, I'm looking at this from the F scale. And also, if I hadn't mentioned this, some of your notes are going to be repeated notes from one key to the other, from one scale to the other. You might have C scale notes that may have some notes that's in the D scale, which happens to be the 1 and the 2 and the 4 and the 5 and the 6. In the C scale, you have these same notes. They're in the C scale and the D scale. The only notes that may not apply, it will be the F sharp and the C sharp. Oh, the 3 and the 7. Oh, in the C scale, yeah, that's it. And the C scale will be the F. Oh, so once you learn the concept behind this madness, you're gonna recognize, oh, I see. Oh, I see now. Like, okay, your eyes gonna be open now, right? You know, you were blinded, and now you see. So if you go to G scale, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. Okay, so now that we're on this scale and we look at the C scale, let's take the F sharp off. In the G scale versus the C scale, there's no F sharp. What? But in the C scale, you have all of the notes, except for in the G scale, you have no F. Oh. So the G scale and the C scale has almost all of them. I use the word almost. The majority of the same notes, for the exception of 2 notes from each key, will be what? F and F sharp. Oh. That's why I say you can play some of the same chords. If you see that you can play some of the same notes from one key to the other key. You just have to identify which notes are not going to be able to be displayed. From C to D will be F sharp, and C sharp and F from C, those 2 keys, right? Oh, if you go to the D scale, E scale, I mean, if you really take a good look at it, you immediately gonna know which notes that are not in the C scale as well as the G scale. It's a no-brainer. If you took a really good look at it, you start realizing, wait a minute, F sharp and G sharp. Okay, the C sharp and D sharp. Oh, in the E scale. But the other notes are going to be in the C scale still. The E and the B. And that's about it. So that was just a few. Oh, did I miss one? Oh, A. My bad. All right, so we have 3 notes in the E scale. Right? E, A, and B. In the C scale, as well as the D scale, and as well as the G scale. Oh. Then if you go to the F, now you notice I'm using C, D, E, F. I'm doing that on purpose to see what I can recognize. In the F scale, you have F, A, G, A and B flat. C, D, and E. Oh, wow. Look at it. Take a look at it. Take a good look at this. Right? From the C scale, right? That's a no-brainer there. B flat. From the F scale to the C scale, basically the 2 notes that are not in the F scale as well as the C scale, what is it? It's a no-brainer. You see that. That's why they blend. F over C. Oh! And this is nothing but a F major 9 chord. Why? 1, The 2 is 9 because of the continuation of the number system. So you might as well just call this 8, 9, 10, right? Skip the 4, which is the 11th, right? Remember, you either flat the or sharp the 4, which is sharpen the 11th. Anyway, and then in the F scale, you have the 5, the 6, and the 7. Oh, and they have similar notes in the C scale. And once you identify which notes in between the F scale and the C scale, it's pretty evident. There it is. Between the two, they share some of the same notes. Oh, and I already covered the G scale already, right? I already covered that and told you what they were. Oh. All right, and if I took you to the A scale, so if you look at that, it is almost a no-brainer there, because you can clearly see that between the C scale and the A scale is pretty much going to be what? C sharp, F sharp, G sharp. What? All right. And you're going to find these notes in the C scale, as well as the D, some of the notes in the D scale, and the E scale. Just a few, right? But once you identify that, you're on your way. Oh, then when you go to the B, the key of B, let's do it down here, B scale. We can do it up here. Take a good look at that, and you're going to figure out which notes immediately that is not in the C scale, right? But you may find them in the D scale, E scale, right? Oh. But I'm just coming from the C scale for now. But also, I can hit you with the D scale and the E scale. You immediately going to know which notes. Meaning that you can play some of the same chords once you learn these chords. You can play some of the same chords from one key to the other. Discovery! So, looking at it from the C scale, immediately right away, I already know it's going to be all 5 of the black keys not going to work in the C scale, right? Per se, right? But immediately, I only see just 2 notes, the B and the C. Or B and the E. That's it, pretty much. I did this on purpose. I didn't even touch the black keys. All right, I did that on purpose. Somebody might can read between the lines why I did that, right? So then, you now know that you can, end up playing some of the same chords from one key to the other. Amazingly. All right, because the sharps or the flat keys, the black keys, you're going to apply them to your white keys. Okay, that's going to be a whole nother video right there, because I don't, it's almost 6 o'clock right now, so a little after 6. So with me learning that, or knowing that, or discovering that as a beginner level musician, if you will, rookie, then I see how I can use these ideas to my advantage. All right. So now I see that. At first I couldn't see that. Now I can see that. All right. So nothing that other musicians are blazing on that we can't do. We just have to get familiar with the chords and how they work. So we go back to that F major 9 chord, and I'm gonna step it back. See, and I'm playing the same exact chord, E major 9, E flat major 9, and I'm duplicating the same chord. Oops, I put the 13 in. All right, D major 9, D flat or C sharp major 9. And if y'all understand what I was doing, I'm playing the 2 different major chords, F over C, or C over F. B over E. Oh, B flat over E flat. A over D. A flat over D flat and C sharp. Oh, G over C. F sharp, this time over B. A little switch up. Oh, F this time over B flat. It's switched up, right? It switches. E over what? A. Switch. It's still a major 9 chord. But it was a swap because of me chromatically going backwards, and it doesn't matter if I go forward, it's the same thing. Oh. At C over F. D flat over F sharp and G flat. See, it's the same thing. I'm just going the other way. It's just going to get higher. Oh, E flat over A flat. Switched up. E over A this time, right? F over B flat, which I had already did this, right? Oh, I already did this. F sharp over B this time. G over C. A flat over D flat. Oh, A over D. Oh, so that's when you hear the... All this is basic stuff, 2 different chords mixed together, and then you have the minor mixed together. And I know y'all heard this groove. Let me get my mind together here. So let me see. And I'm not gonna get off of here, but we can go from let's go from the minor over major, right? Or major over minor, as I said. That this first chord I told y'all before. I might have to get rid of that bass line. Let me see. Ba, ba, ba. Just transposing. Give me some strings. What happens to my strings? What happened to my strings? I can't do strings over here. Body up, body up, body up. Y'all see what I'm saying? Now I'm going to do a major move this time. Let me see. Hold on. Now we're going to move to a major move and do this too. All right. Let's go here. Major move. Y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? It's not that hard, actually. Now that you learn the easiest possible way I thought of making my videos extremely simple. What happened to my strings? Oh, I must have... Oh, I turned off the, the keyboard. I turned off the piano on here. And it was running MKS, my bad. But, yeah, so, yes, you can go from major move, you know, you see what I'm saying? You can switch that over, you know, I keep forgetting. I hate that sound. Did I turn my bass off? Oh, this is driving me crazy. There you go. So this is major over major. What happened to my strings? Oh, I must keep turning up. I keep turning my strings off. Yes, y'all see what I'm saying? So yes, you can go minor over major. You can go major over minor. You can switch that up. Major over major. You change my channel. I gotta figure out how to stop this from happening. You can go major over major. You can go minor over major. Major, minor over major. See, the same thing. All right, the same thing, y'all. I'm like, what? Ah. And I play the same chord, y'all. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. My bad. Wash my hands. Up to major in a minute. Now we're gonna go major move. Major move, minor move, major. I can make up a song just by me doing that. You know, where my baby at? I can go to another move. You know, she's my girlfriend. She's my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? I can mess around with this stuff, y'all. So basically what I'm trying to get at is all this is this from this Nashville move, major, 1, minor 2. If you know how to transpose it, you can go to A and do the same thing. A major was my 2 chord, B minor chord. And I want my A major chord at the top. It's a B minor 9/11 chord. But it was actually, I could turn this into a major move too. And switch it up. Now, because if I have a bottom, it's a B minor 9/11 chord. Oh, you know. And transposing that down. B flat minor move. You know what I'm saying? Woo. And I'm just transposing this. Right? So I'm saying? Back to it. And all I did was took the 2 chord and the 1 chord and put it at the top and put the 1 chord on the bottom. Stuck note. Right? And that's what musicians are doing as ideas. So learn your major move, minor move, augment the A7, diminish. I got strings all of a sudden. Okay, anyway. Diminish, dominant chord, major 7, sus2, secret sauce, sus4. It's secret sauce, another secret sauce chord there too. And the sus4 from sus2 to sus4 here. They both share the same secret sauce because of the 5th. And here I had the 1 at the top. So they play the same, they have the same chords. Transpose that in all 12 keys. I thought my videos were really super ridiculously simple stuff. I'm just explaining how the pros are using the ideas. So if the pros are using this idea, why can't I? You know what I mean? Like, hey, secret sauce chord, right? Ba-ba-da-da. F sharp, major 7 flat 5. I got the tritone. I had a tritone here. Remember I told you I did this earlier. We went through this already with the. We went through this earlier. Change the bass line. Then change the tritone. Let's see what I come up with. It's gonna be my friend later, right? Right. So it's all about taking the simple stuff, keeping it simple. It's not as complex as it might sound, or to be projected out. It's just only because we just don't know how to do it yet, you know. You know, Mike Burrell was doing this little thing. All right, y'all remember that? And that is nothing but a major 7 chord. An A major 7 chord. A major 7 chord technically, right? However, remember I told you if you learn your major move, minor move, A minor, I told in your inversions, right? And go back to A major again. We want to sharp the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sharp the 5. We have an A augmented chord at the 7. And that's basically what he did. Something simple. It wasn't like, it's not from outer space, y'all. It's not an outer space chord. It was a basic, simple movement that I shared with you guys versus, you know, you learn your major, minor, minor, major, right? Major, minor, diminished. I shared with you guys with the little secret that my little secret, it's no secret now. But I shared with you guys that everything is the 1. Major on the 1, minor on the 1, augmented on the 1. That was something that wasn't in the other formula. This is my formula that I came up with. This is my formula I came up with. And I'm doing inversions of this. You also going to find out that this is going to fall in A flat. No way. Or is it A flat? Let's find out. Keep that in mind. Let's see if this is gonna fall in A flat. And why do I think that? Because the A flat is at the top. But let's find out. I could be wrong. Now remember, this is C major, sharp 5. Now if you look at the finger, I'm doing inversion. What chord is this next to it? E augmented. If I did that, it was the E major chord, sharp 5. E major, sharp 5. What? Sharp 5. What? Of course you know, add 7, right? E major 7 sharp 5. Oh wow, really? Yes. Now take a look at this. What is that? I told you it was coming. A flat sharp the 5. That was 3 different keys right there. C, A flat. Yes. And E. C, E, A flat. 3 different keys. It kind of reminded me of the C diminished group. The D diminished group, C sharp and D flat diminished group, and the C diminished group, which covered all 12 keys. It kind of reminded me of that. D diminished 7, inversions, of course. D flat diminished 7, or C sharp diminished 7, and the C diminished 7. Think about it. E, D, key, D, F, A flat, or G flat, and what else? That's right, B or C flat. Guess what? The next diminished group is the key of what? D flat or C sharp, E, G, and B flat or A sharp. What? That's 8 keys right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 keys right there. Watch this, watch it. C diminished group. C diminished 7. That group. C, E flat or D sharp or F sharp or G flat and A. That's 12 keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What? I'm gonna leave that part right there. That means you have 3 diminished groups. You can use this 3 diminished group in whatever it is that you're trying to do. I love you, Lord. Do I want to use it now? I love you, Lord. Or do I want to use it later? I love you, Lord. Told you keep it playing. I could have went, because I'm going to the diminished move, or I could come up to it. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. Pass the move. What? Pass the move. I love you, Lord. What? I told you it's about, if you know chords, you can use your keyboard sound to make you sound different. So, I love you, Lord. Pass the move. I love you, Lord. I used it there. I never did that before. I love you, Lord. Remember this move? The secret sauce chord, I told you it was coming up. I told you the 6/9 chord was coming. All right, remember the move. I already know what my target chord is, right? It's my target chord. So can I transpose before I get there? Yes. Literally 4 keys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I can just do 2 or 1 before I can come up. Even if I know I'm coming, I can use a D minor move, come up to da da, or all 3 chords. 1 minor move, C minor move, C sharp minor move, D minor move to come up to my target chord. If I have time. I love you, Lord. Ba-da. I love you, Lord. I'm going to secret sauce chord. What? Today. Here we go. That's what the pros be doing. Oh, or you can come from the opposite direction. And if you know where your target chord minor move is, you could probably come from the F minor down to the E minor to the E flat minor move. Oh, wow. I love you, Lord. Right? Da da. Love you, Lord. I secret sauce. I love you. I did 2 secret sauce. I used the tritone to pull this off. Because the tritone and the secret sauce go together, right? Or they can go separate. Or the minor move as well with the tritone. And the major chord, y'all. I secret sauce chord. Love you, Lord. Da da da. Y'all see where I'm going? What? The minor move. To passing move. What? Now I'm gonna go for my 3 chord, and I can do the same thing. My target chord is this. That's the target chord I'm heading to. But I gotta get there, right? So, all right. So I realize I can go minor move, minor move, minor move, minor move. Or I realize I can go. And then I gotta hurry up and get to my major move, my target chord here. So I can either go 1 up, da-da, or I can go 2 up. You know, it's all basic chords. Remember the C major chord? It's just at the top. Now we got the tritone. Let me do that again. Major, minor, augmented, 7 diminished, dominant chord. Major 7, sus2, secret sauce chord. sus2, another sus4, and then the secret sauce. They both share the same thing. Or I can go to the sus4, switch that over, and know I can put the 1 at the top. I have an F sus2, and they both share the exact same secret sauce. What? And I see that idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see this idea. I see that idea too. Now I can see both hands. What? Or in reverse. Okay, so you know. See what I'm saying? Oh, I saw this idea. What? Ba-da-da-da. I saw that idea too, right? That's what the pros do. And then the major move, right? What's the major move? Maybe I go B flat, B, C to D flat. Walk up to it. Da 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 da. Or 4. That's a long ways, right? But I got to know how much time I had. I have to know how much time do I have to get there. You see what I'm saying? I might have to skip this one and just do a whole step. You notice I whole step. Instead of half step. A whole step. Now that's an idea, right? You know, yeah. So I can get to my target chord. Now I can do inversion. You know, get inversion. You see what I'm saying? You know, or a whole step. You know what I'm saying? So I love you, Lord. Da, da. I love you, Lord. I'm just messing around with passing moves, right? You know, I love you, Lord, too. Time to do the boo doo doo. Another one, ba da da today. You know, it's a passing move. Da 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 da. Remember this move? Or what was the move I played earlier? Today. Now. Alright. Okay, y'all get the point. Now, I hope so. For my beginning musicians out there, anything that you do, got a note stuck. Where is it? Anything that you do is all basic stuff. Alright? All of this is basic. Every last thing I did was basic. Nothing that I did was spectacular. Alright? I use that terminology. It's not spectacular. It just, all I did was color a little bit. You know, threw a little bit of season on that turkey patty. Right? Threw some seasoning on the turkey patty. Right? Alright, that's it. You know, all the stuff we might hear, like Mike Burrell did that, you know. I literally just played this already. I mean, I literally just played this, yo. The minor 9 chord, yo. Yeah, the minor 9 chord. Yes. There's so many ways of approaching it. Many ways of approaching that minor 9 chord. Or major 9, minor 9, 11, right? You know, even you could drop the 13. I told y'all about that. And then you have your major 9, major. So yeah, you have the minor 7, right? The 9, sharp 11, and 13. And then you have your major 9 or major 7, 9, right? Your 11, right? You have options there if you want to flat it, sharpen it, and then your 13. All right. So when musicians coloring stuff, that's what you be hearing. Major 9. I have it's the 7, and then I have the 9. Now if I want the 13, there it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Sharp the 11. I have to sharp the 11 so it can sound right. Now if I want my 13, I know it's the 6. There it is. I'm sorry. Yeah. So now I have the major 13, sharp 11. Okay. And of course my 7 is there. And my 13 is, and then my sharp 11. I could have put it in the left hand too. And this is how musicians are using it. Remember the C over F, and then, you know, they may spread it out. What? Yes. You know, remember, inversions. See that finger moving? You might hear the 13 or the sharp 11 in there, and of course the 13. So I have the 7, 13, and sharp 11. The 11, I have to sharp 11 because it don't sound right. It sound whack. Yeah, so I have to sharpen it. All right. And all we're doing is spreading the chord out by doing inversions of our C major chord. That's it, right? Over F. Okay, if y'all don't believe me, let me pull this up. Jan Hunter did this little thing. Is it here? Let me see if it's this one. What's the first chord we hear? The first chord. sus2. G sus2. It was where he placed it at. Remember, I try to break up this the keyboard into like sections. The the first 12, the low range, the low range, mid range, high range, and the highest range. And so as soon as I hear the first, why I keep doing that? As soon as I hear the very first, I meant to go here. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to let my dog out again. But as soon as I hear the first note, oh, there it is. It's a G sus2. It wasn't up here. It was here. It wasn't here. So that gotta be a G sus2, right? Let's back that over here. He did it in the octave lower. Right? Octave lower. It is twanging it out. Alright? That's a no-brainer when you start learning your where's the keyboard player ranging. I use the word range. Other people might use the word place. Where is he placing his chords or her chords at, right? Then he's doing a something like that. Alright? So he's twanging the sus2. Now, I'm not sure if he's, or is he twanging like that? It sounds like he's twanging that A flat into it. And he's trying to hold on to the sus2 at the top while he's twanging this. So he's going like, right? So while he's still holding on to that G, he's just twanging it. I could do that too. I'm not sure if he's doing that, but that's just an idea I hear in my head. You know, so, you know. So yes, I hear that sus2. Then I hear that. You see what I'm saying? I hear those two notes. Right? I'm not deftone or nothing like that. So, and neither do I have perfect pitch. I just know where it's ranged at. Other people might use the word placed. So yeah, he placed it at the high range, 2 notes at the high range, and 1 note at the highest range. So that's how you pitched it there. I use the word pitch, range, whatever. Yeah, I might use the word place. Then he used the mid-range and the high range to pull this little. And then he stayed within the same range, mid-range. Now what do we do? Do-do-do. What was that? Is that what I heard? Let's hear that again. Let's see what it was like. Do-do-do, do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do, do-do-do. I think I hear him doing a do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. You already know what the chord is, y'all. Remember that C major chord? Went up here, and that was the 1 chord and the 2 chord. D minor 9. So you do 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 do. Okay, now how did he? This is John Hunter. Okay, so before he went to this chord, he played a B flat. Remember I told y'all early on, you never know what a keyboard player might put his major chords at. That's why it's important to practice your B flat, root position, first inversion, second inversion. Let's go lower, B flat, root position, second inversion, first inversion, root. What? Now listen, he broke this up but it was a B flat major chord. First inversion and root. What? What was it? What? What? All right, I'm not perfect pitch, but I know that's a B chord because of the note that I'm hearing. Do do. I hear certain notes, and immediately it was the B flat. That made sense to me. Watch the next chord. What? Let me mute my crazy track with the drums. Hold on. All right, now track to 1. Okay. What? I told you, there it is. F minor 9, 11. Right? You never know. And I ended up having to play this B flat major chord split with 2 hands to pull this off. Because you never know how the musician might place his or her chords. And Elder Devin did this move in the key of F, by the way. And he did this move, B flat, C, B flat major 7. What? Anyway, so y'all get the point, right? Now that was an idea, B flat major 7 chord. But he played B flat major chord. Now I could have heard that like that. I mean, I could have heard it that way, right? You know. Yeah, but I hear B flat. Ba, 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 ba. Then here we go. All right, F major 9 chord. I told you how you get there. It's the C major. The 1 is at the top. My D minor is at the bottom, which is my 2 chord. D minor 9 11 chord. So he's just going to this B flat, jump at it, pop at it, if you will, and then he pops at the F major 9 chord. We already know this is just 2, right? And then I just have to remember my finger got to stay on that F. And then a no-brainer almost, right? Then that other chord, I told you, it's just doing inversion. He realized, hey, I can do inversion. F major 9 13. All right. If you don't want it that high, what? You know, you can go from this voicing, right? You notice the fingers moving, right? Because, you know, I'm like, how's he gonna play this? Or not how is he gonna play it, but is he gonna do inversions? Yes. Remember that chord I played a minute ago, right? And then it's sharp that 11th chord. And then this one, and then this one. So you see if you do it, right? Yeah, that's what I said. Right? You do. So just all simple stuff. That one was, I just told you what it was. Right? So your memory, so he's working with the 13 sharp 11, right? So he's doing this now. He's bringing it up here now. It's really, you play your C major and your E minor move, and you throw that 6 there, right? And he just put it here. I'm sorry. And then he plays it here. There it is. It's an F major. It's an F major 13 chord sharp 11, y'all. With the 13 sharp 11. Okay. And the 9. It could be in both hands. So you know he's using that I. You know, that was the first one. I'm sorry, that's the first one. All right. Now, when he went back to play technically this B flat movement, he's gonna use a tritone. What? So he's gonna use a tritone to manipulate that. I have to figure out which one it is. I think it's this one. That would sound reasonably, because I don't think it's gonna be this one. Because remember, and he's gonna go back to that B flat. So there's no way that there's gonna be the C tritone. It don't sound right. So let's transpose it. It don't sound right. So let's go to the D tritone. That sounds better, but probably I'm gonna manipulate it with the, you know, something here. So that sounds cool to my ear. Doo doo, doo doo. And then when he went back to the and then he goes to that tritone. Oh. And then he hits you with that. Remember this one? There you go. I mean, you know, ba 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 ba. You know, do do do. And then he hit you with that again. Oh, I'm sorry. What did I say? I forgot already. All right, so let me see how he did that. Okay, yeah, so that's when he did that. Have to take an E minor, and then he hit it. All right, so let me make sure I hear that one more time. Yeah. Yeah, so so he's just basically trying to keep it, you know what I'm saying? So because he came here in the beginning, the B flat. If you notice, the D is on the bottom. So if you add the tritone and then the B flat at the top, or you know, or actually not go back to B flat, you can actually use. I gotta remember the bottom, but you know, so after here, so then using the tritone to do the other one. What I said, I forgot. All right. But I'm up. And then something like that. So it's not hard. It's just I had to grind at this and be like trying to get my fingers to lock into the spot there where you know here trying to get my fingers to lock into it, but oh, what? Oh, I thought I heard another note. Okay, so that's the tritone. I was on the wrong tritone. Now that I heard it. Okay, I was on the wrong tritone. All right, hold on. I was right. Hold on. Yeah, I was right. I was there. All right, cool. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I know what he's doing. B flat major 7, I think. It's B flat major 9 chord, actually. My bad, y'all. I knew I heard that minor move. I was on the wrong minor move. It was the D minor move with the B flat. Of course, I did hear the B flat. So, and then he goes to the B flat minor, major 9, B flat major 7 at the top, using the tritone. Ba 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 ba, and then that's slick. Right, that's a slick move. Now think about it, y'all. This is the 1, the 2, but the 9, right? 1, 2, and that's the 3, which is on the bottom. The scale: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You see how the tritone helps manipulate things? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right. If you wanted to, if I wanted it to, I can still put double 3 there. Right? You know what I'm saying? Right. Ba 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 ba. I'm sorry. One time. And then he comes back and hits you with that. Right. So basically, just hitting you with the B flat major 7 and with the tritone at the top. All right. Cool. Let me see. Wait. Did I miss a note? That's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute, what? And then I hear that. And then I'm a little off here anyway. And then I hear him doing this. Alright, so they're gonna bring you back to the chord he played in the beginning. Yeah, back to it. And then that is you hear it? So he's just doing inversions. I hear the top note. So that means he's gonna play an F major 7, C major 7. F major 7, C major 7. I told you these two chords are F major 9 until you start adding the 11th. Right? And you can add the 13 if you want. And so here, he's just bringing it up to the top. The fat chords, they, I hate using these words, but, it's all basic chords, and it's all about where you place them, right? Or arrange them. Where is he arranging it? It's about where you're arranging it. You're still playing the same chord. F major 13 sharp 11. We already have a 7, we're not the 13, right? Which is the 6, like I said, and your 2, which is the 9. And people might use the word fat chords, right? You know, you playing the fat chords. Okay, fine, whatever. You can call them fat, whatever. You know, the big chords, the large chords, whatever. It's all inversions, right? Inversion. First inversion, right? Root. It's all about inversions, right? And where you place them. You know, root. Root. 2 different root chords, major and C major. It's about how you range, where you arranging them at, where you're gonna put them. And you know F major 7 is a part of the C major chord. They both going together except for the 2 notes we know of. I call it the cluster, the B and the B flat, in that specific key. So now I know that they share the same notes. That means I can share the same chords in the 2 different keys between C and F, and also B flat, E flat if you do them right, A flat, D flat, and G flat, and B. Y'all didn't catch that B, right? B, E, right? Y'all didn't catch that. Hey, if y'all didn't catch that, right? Somebody ain't catch that, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and yeah. Somebody, y'all didn't catch that. But anyway, so you'll see when you start practicing it from the beginner level, you will be able to understand over time, not right away. I don't understand this over time right now. I'm just learning just like anybody else, right? You know, I may not play the way this guy did it. You know, I may not play it the way he did it, but I got the understanding, you know. And I'm playing the F over C, basically, you know. And he repeats that thing. This time he brought it underneath, right? This time he's bringing it underneath. You know, see, he had it here, now he's bringing it underneath, right? You know, and then back to it, right back to it. Right? So I'm like, oh, okay. And then he went back out there and did it again, right? Back to it. All day I can hear that, right? And then he went back up there and did it again. What? I get confused with it. This time he used the B flat. He's using the same chord I said earlier, coloring it. It's the C major chord, 7, major 7, coloring it, right? But you don't hear that. I'm hearing doing that. I'm coloring with the E there, right? Because it's an E minor chord. Right? Or, you know, or if I don't want to put the top note, I'll just go ahead and play it like this. Whatever. See? Yeah, you know, so you just repeating the whole move, you know, over again. Hold on, I keep getting. Yeah, D. My bad. All right. What? Da. All right. Like a tritone? Oh. Okay, so like a major move. So you know you have your second version of that major chord, F major, and you're just playing the 3 and the 1. If I look at it like that, or the 1 and the 3, 1, 3. All right, what's the next note I heard? Is that what I'm hearing? I don't know. Oh, is it that one? Hold on. Almost. Let me see. I cut it off. Cut it off before that. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I'm hearing it. So I get an idea. Oh. So I get an idea. Tritone. These chords we already played, y'all. They're down here. And remember, I played it earlier. Remember this? Already played it, right? He's just playing it up. Now to catch the rest. Now I forgot what the other part was. I think it's I gotta catch the other note that he played before that. Got that? Oh, okay. I think he's playing a major move right here. I think. Something like that. I think that's what he was doing. So let me see. Hold on. Let's see. So let me see. I hear this as an idea. If I was thinking of it, something like that. But that's what my brain is thinking. Anyway. Okay, I hear that. Hold on. I want to say that. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, let me see. I was close. I hear that major 7. Okay. Because I think he's doing it. Oh. I think I hear him do it. This is not advanced stuff, y'all. This is actually beginner level. No, it's. I think he's doing that. I might have. My mind is. Yeah, so that's what I think. I think he's doing that. Then, what did I say? Yeah, because he's moving kind of quickly, so it's like. Alright, I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, yeah, that's just my idea. You know, I was going to play the shortcut, but I hear that major 7 in my ear. So, anyways, and then he moves moves on to something else. Anyway, let me get up off of this. Listen, y'all, this is the Bo Andre. Thank you for chiming in. Those who hit that like button and liking what I'm doing, the contents that I'm dropping and stuff like that. Thank you for that. I'm not a keyboardist, but I've been spending about a month last month every day except for maybe 2 days I missed. This month I'm only missed 1 day, which was Sunday. I'm really keeping the track of this. Trying to learn how to play the keyboard like you guys are beginner level musicians, and y'all might say, well, man, you sound really advanced. You sound really advanced. And remember, I say that this is all theory, basic theory stuff. It's the basic theory with the tritone. Okay, this is all basic theory with your major chord, the minor move, augmented, diminish, right? Dominant chord, major 7 chord. You see what I'm saying? Your sus2. These are chords I came up with. No one showed me how to do this. I just said, if a cat is doing some stuff, would I be able to figure it out? In some cases, yes. I mean, it might take me a short amount of minutes to do it because I'm already messing with it, you know, taking my major move and moving it, which is my 1 chord, and taking my 2 chord and say, okay, that's what I might be hearing. And guess what? Right? Guess what? Inversions of that. Guess what? Inversion. And then those tritone moves. Major 7 move. Tritone. I would have did this. But I don't think he did that. Anyway, I already got out now. You know what I'm saying? If he didn't do that now, I got that idea in my mind. I said, well, shoot, if he gonna do the tritone like that, I might as well just go ahead and put the chord there. Which is the secret sauce. Guess what, y'all? It's the chord I would have put down here. It's the same thing. And no, remember, it could be, excuse me, a sus2. It could be the sus4. What? And I even transpose that. What? The secret sauce chord. Because I just took the what? The sus2 and the sus4. And knowing that I could use the secret sauce chord. Oh, and transpose it up. And bring the chord inside, right? And split the chord between the 2 hands. And knowing that I can bring it up now. And again. Yes. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I didn't know that was going to happen, right? You know? So, yeah, you just never know. Da, da, what? I didn't know that was going to happen. You see what I'm saying? What? Now you see I changed the tritone there, right? Now I'm going back to this one. You notice the difference, right? You know, what was the chord I meant? I forgot. Nope. Now I have to figure out a bass line. B flat. Let me see. Can I go F? F. Let me try F. Let me see. What was that? E. I'm sorry. I said F. To F. You see what I'm saying? You never know, right? And I was just fooling with this, messing with the tritone. It was an accident with that tritone, or was it? You know what I'm saying? You know. So I try to figure out what bass line can I switch it up with. Would it work? What? I'm trying to get off of here. Y'all make me sick. I'm trying to get off here. You the victory. That minor 9 chord I told y'all about. Victory. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make me sick. Y'all, let me get off here. I gotta go. It's 4 o'clock. What time is it, y'all? 7. Oh my God. All right. See, you can set yourself a time to practice for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But when you start having some fun and discovering different things that's happening, you be like, man, an hour go by, 2 hours go by. I don't even know. Let me say, I don't remember what time I got on here, 4 something. Anyway, let me get up off of here because it's 7 something, and I am actually getting hungry talking about turkey patties and stuff. All right, but listen, y'all. I catch y'all later. Peace and love and cornbread. And again, this is your boy, Andre. Peace and love and cornbread. Sorry, I had to catch the back. Eventually, I'm gonna buy me a camera or 2, hopefully. Real coming soon. Well, I had to get back to work first, and then I'm gonna work on the OBS. That was my next thing I was planning on doing this weekend, but yeah, I got lazy and didn't do it. Plan on get this OBS back up like I had it, and then I'm gonna look and see what cameras I need. I don't know what kind of cameras I need to get for what I'm trying to do. You know, like I said, it's new to me, y'all. Okay, so peace and love and cornbread. And thank you for hitting that like button. Those who have hit the like button, like the content that I'm laying down. I try to make it simple, easy peasy, especially for me, because I mean, I'm not a keyboard player, so I definitely trying to make it as easy as possible, even if I was a beginner musician, if I was even showing my wife how to do this, or my grandson how to do this. This is about as simple as you can get it. and then, you know, like I said, you know, you add some more pepper and salt and all that, and you know, color it a little bit, and then it just changes the way you play slightly, and then you manipulate with your sounds on the keyboard or whatever to give it a different sound, so you can sound like you professional, if you will, or sound like the heavyweight musicians, if you will. You know, so yeah. I watched this one video and this guy was like, "Man, I sound like trash." I can agree with you. I do too. I feel like I sound like trash. But I learned another lesson. And the other lesson is, don't try to sound like somebody else, because you can only be you. Right. Yeah, y'all know that saying, be you, do you, at the end of the day. But you can improve on you. And I'm going to leave on that note.